Hands. Wow. Look at them. 5 beautiful tentacles popping out of a single bony structure. Isn't that just odd? Think about that. Why 5? Why not 6? Why not 3? Why not 2? Do you ever ponder these questions? Why are they shaped in such a way? I want to speak to joy, awe, and beauty. So many in the world lack the feelings of these qualities. And they are the very fabric of the universe. So it's not that they lack these qualities, is they are not noticing these qualities within the world and themselves. They are inherent around us, in the plants, in the animals, in the birds, in ourselves, in all those that we interact with. There's incredible amounts of beauty, awe at just being alive, at just being human, at just having a body. But when we lose connection to this, we lose the memory of this. We are so entrenched in the external influences in the world that we forget that we have access to these deep states of joy, this deep wellspring of beauty. Everything around us is magical. My hands, wow, look at them. 5 beautiful tentacles popping out of a single bony structure. Isn't that just odd? Think about that. Why 5? Why not 6? Why not 3? Why not 2? Do you ever ponder these questions? Why are they shaped in such a way? You may say, oh, it's just a hand, but what is even a hand? Just a hand. And then you start to contemplate language. What have I just said? How do these vibrations create meaning? And how do we associate anything with these words that hold meaning, that create an image in your mind right now? Isn't that fascinating? Isn't that awe-inspiring? Isn't that magical? Isn't there joy to want to know more? To dance in the rain and then just forget about knowing for a moment and experience? Just to be? And to let go of all these concepts that I've just said and just experience being where you are right now in a body, being alive. Isn't that joyous? Isn't that incredulous? Isn't that gorgeous and magnificent? Isn't that just pure wonder? This human experience? Wow, what am I doing here on this rock? Flying and hurtling through space, looking up at night skies, seeing twinkling lights. What are they even? What is that big, luminescent, golden red fireball, and why is it warm? What is warm? Aren't these just insane things? Like curious things that just draw so much out of you, where you're starting to question, what is it even to be human? We start deconstructing all these ideas, all these normalizations, but when we look at it in more depth, we're like, wow, this is wild, this is incredible. This is the sense of awe and majesty entering your body again. For a long time, I never used to think like this. I used to think quite mundane like. Job, house, friends, alcohol, work, study. So the cycles repeat. But there's a moment where the awe and wonder that you had as a child can re-enter again. And you decide when it enters again. This is not something that is woo-woo. It's not something that is spiritual. This is something that is deeply human. It is human to have curiosity, joy, magic, and awe infiltrate every fiber of your being, every second of your life. There is suddenly extremely low levels of angst, extremely low levels of depression, sadness, when you look at reality for what it is. When you take the shades off and you see it plainly in its complexity, and you experience it in its simplicity. Wow, life, what a joy. Feel it with me. Right now, in the screen, feel life's magic with me. Don't be afraid to feel it. I know you are breathing in air right now. You're breathing in something that is not you. It enters you and it animates you. Feel that for a moment. And it's connected to everybody else. That air, that breath you are breathing in, it's not just oxygen. It is the very fabric of reality. And it animates you and makes this vehicle, this body of yours, it makes it unique and special. So, more joy, please. More awe, more wonder, even for the simple things. Even for the food, the water, the screen. Next time you look at in your friends or your partners or your children's eyes, know deeply that there is something magical there. I hope some of this inspired a bit more joy or wonder and magic in your life. Because there is so much there. Vaheguru, Namaste, Yahweh, Aho. Let it be.